Hey YouTube, how y'all doing? 333, I'm back here. Alright, so those of you that may be watching this probably came from my Nicki Minaj reading. And even if you didn't, you came from one of my readings. Welcome. Or you probably just found me right now for the first time. Still, welcome or welcome back. Anywho, thank you for being here with me today. All right, so I've gotten quite a few requests to do Rihanna, our beloved bad girl Riri. And to be fair, I've wanted to do this reading for a while, but look, Miss Fenty has a lot going on. Okay, she done had 3 kids. I think the first request of the reading that I got, which shout out to you, you know who you are. The first time I got requested to read on her, it's like she was pregnant with the third. She just had her little girl, her only girl so far. And it's like, and then people was asking about Chris Brown, and Chris Brown had that legal case, but then it got dropped, which, I mean, I guess good for him. They was able to settle out of court over there in the UK. Chris had another colorism scandal. It's just been a lot for the both of them, to be fair. So I just want to see some. I want to see. Now, by the time y'all watching this video, y'all already got the title, so y'all know what we about to read on. But I'm gonna let y'all know ahead of time what we about to read on. All right. We're gonna start with Rihanna and ASAP. Okay, the questions I got was, can you read on Chris Brown or Rihanna? And the person pretty much asked their current energy in 2025, current energy on their love life, will Rihanna last or get married? Okay. Well, the person, me, the fan of Rihanna in me, feels like her and ASAP is already secretly married. They just ain't told nobody yet. Because you can get secretly eloped. That is eloped. Like, that is a real thing. Will Chris Brown get married? What do you see? Do you see Chris Brown going to jail in the future? Personally, no. I don't see Chris Brown going to jail. But I think that they probably asked this in the midst of that case in UK, but clearly they settled that. I think Chris Brown will stay out of... The psychic me is saying I think Chris Brown will be out of legal trouble for the next couple of years. If he does end up back in court for something, I think it'll be like civil liabilities, but I don't see anything criminal. Do Rihanna and Chris ever think about each other? Ooh, that's a good one. And will Rihanna ever go on tour again? Okay. I mean, I don't want to compare because they're both doing pretty well in life, but Chris stays on tour, so it's like, will Rihanna ever pick that back up? That's a good questions. All right. I want to do the Rihanna and ASAP. Are they really married? Or will they get married? Okay. Alright. So, let's get started. Thank you, God. Thank you, Ants. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you for all knowledge and wisdom you bestow upon me. Thank you for the safety and protection you enshrine and shield upon me so that I could see this reading very vividly and very clearly, all while being detached, untouched, and unbothered. Thank you for all hidden truths, unbothered and unharmed. Thank you for all hidden truths. With full transparency and with full honesty. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. I didn't even look up ASAP Rocky sign. Y'all, put in the comments, what is ASAP Rocky sign? I could look it up right here. Don't worry about it, but October 3rd. Okay, he's a Libra. A Libra, and I think Rihanna's a Pisces. Okay, it's a Pisces. All right. A Pisces and a Libra. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. I think Rihanna and ASAP are kind of, mainly Rihanna, but I think ASAP will go along with anything. I think Rihanna's been thinking about a getaway, like a little family vacation, once their newborn baby is a little bit old enough. So don't be surprised if either for the holidays or maybe early in the new year, she takes a vacation and you see photos of it. I think she's plotting something like that. Could happen after Thanksgiving, from like late November to like February. Don't be surprised if you don't see her on like a family vacation. You see her and all her kids with ASAP on vacation, stuff like that. Okay, Spirit, I want to start with, are Rihanna and ASAP married? Are Rihanna and ASAP legally married? Are Rihanna and ASAP Rocky legally married? Or, what are the thoughts about marriage? Are Rihanna and ASAP Rocky legally married? And what are their thoughts about marriage? If she is, she's not telling. She's like, the public knows enough of my business. I lived my relationships publicly in the past. Not that Rihanna's living in the past, but like, oh, I don't want to do this because of my past experiences. I don't think it's like that. But it's just kind of like she's in a good place with her and ASAP. And she kind of feels like she already has the world with him. So it's like she really just has the world with him. It's like, not to be morbid or anything, but it's like, if I die tomorrow, I'll leave everything to my kids. That's kind of like her energy. Like, if I die tomorrow, I'll leave everything to my kids. Yeah. The literal ending card. But, like, this kind of speaks of generational. Like, think of multiple generations with this Three of Cups. Like, mom, grandmom, and then the grandkid. So, generational. And then right next to it is, like, money. Wealth that was already built. You know, the number 9 of Pentacles can kind of be referred to as, like, the baby Empress card. Empress, obviously, representing mother energy. Vice versa with the Emperor card with fatherhood energy. But generational wealth or just generational belongings being passed down to someone being like, look, everything that I work for, everything that I got, I'm leaving to my kids. So she kind of feels like, and she has prepared certain affairs. Ooh, that's a bar. Prepared certain affairs. Ooh, that's a bar. But she has prepared certain arrangements to where, like, it's explicitly says that in legal terms. So, like, it'll, it could prevent from going to probate court and all that other stuff. Like, she does have those types of legal affairs in order if it ever came down to that. Married. Rihanna's outlook, it's mainly, I keep getting Rihanna's energy, which, I'm looking for, ASAP's with her, like, he's, side by side. I feel like ASAP is the type of, like, whatever you want, babe, I'm on type of energy. Like, ladies or men, whoever, I don't judge. But, like, how, like, you guys can have certain male, like, masculine partners that's just like, yo, I'm here for whatever you need from me. Whatever you need, whatever you want, I'm with it. ASAP kind of gives that energy, like, babe, whatever you want, I'm with it. Let's go with it. We'll make it work. And he just keeps on moving. And Libra men can be like that. I don't know about Libra women, but Libra men can be like that. So that kind of does make sense. Like, just whatever you want, babe, I'm with it. Let's do it. Let's keep on moving. He gives that kind of energy. I don't think Rihanna minds marriage. I don't think she minds it, but it's just kind of, I don't think she minds marriage, but it's just kind of like, I think her main, like, in her core heart of hearts, is kind of like, I'd rather have a healthy and happy relationship rather than a piece of paper that ties us together. I'd rather have, and a part of her kind of likes a certain autonomy of being in the relationship of a common law marriage, of just being together, and if you have to make certain arrangements, make those arrangements with a lawyer and an attorney and drawing up the paperwork of doing so. Rihanna came from the music industry. The music industry is one of the most litigious industries to ever work in, okay? Practicing law is in every industry, but the entertainment industry is super litigious, The only other more litigious group of entertainers is the Kardashians. But But, like, I feel like she likes where her relationship is with ASAP. And sometimes when people make these very drastic changes, it doesn't have to be just getting married, but just getting married, moving in together, or moving into certain places, or making really drastic lifestyle changes. Sometimes it can disrupt the flow of things, of, like, all of a sudden conflict pops out of nowhere and it begins, like, new energy of conflict, and where what once was is kind of lost. So it's just like, Rihanna's just like, I like my relationship. I just want a happy relationship where I can raise my kids in, where we're happy, we're healthy, we have fun together, we go on trips every month if we want to. Basically just wants a good life. I don't really think she's stressing it. ASAP is kind of like so-so on marriage. I feel like they've talked about this, but it's not something they dwell on. I don't think her and ASAP, they don't, like, her and Rocky, like, I don't think they really dwell on this shit like that. Both of their names start with R, so she thinks that's a really, like, big plus. They both do, but especially Rihanna. So it's like, it's just what it is. Like, I think she likes where she is in life, and I think ASAP is cool with it. He gonna go with whatever Riri want. So that's just that on that. I like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, just a happy family. Can y'all see these cards, child? I'm sorry. Yeah, just one in a happy family. Four of Pentacles can represent the home, family, but also, I mean, Ten of Cups is like the ultimate family card. Like, you really got it made. And, you know, well, she's a billionaire. So, Queen of Pentacles. So, yeah, she's got it made. So, I don't think she really bullshitting about it. I don't think she cares. Anywho, let's read on another question. Okay, I said my next question was gonna be staying in the energy of Rihanna and ASAP, right? Current energy on their love life. We kind of answered that a little bit. Oh, you know what? Okay, at the time I'm recording this, there was a story coming out about LVMH allegedly thinking about selling their shareholder stake in Fenty Beauty. They were thinking about selling their stake in Fenty Beauty. I want to read on that. What's the future of Fenty Beauty? I want to see what that is. I feel like I'm way too late. Okay, there we go. What's the future of Fenty Beauty? Oh my God. Like, financially, will the brand remain successful? Will LVMH keep the brand? What's gonna happen? Like, what's the future of Fenty Beauty? What's the future of Rihanna's company, Fenty Beauty? Will it shifting from love to career in Rihanna's life? Well, the future of Fenty Beauty. Page of... Y'all can't even see me. Hold on. There we go. Page of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Three of Swords. I feel like Bernard Arnault may be an air sign, but y'all let me know. Bernard Arnault, that LVMH CEO. I'm kind of in the flow right now, but y'all tell me, what is his zodiac sign? Because I see him as this King of Swords. I'm getting, like, when I put this King of Swords down, I'm seeing Bernard Arnault's picture in my mind's eye. Like, y'all let me know what his sign is. Even if it's not an air sign, I'm going to just say this is him, because it's giving his energy. And this person kind of does look like someone that calls the shots, so. Okay, so the brand has experienced some down. Every company goes through like a really up, it's up, it's popping, it's growing, but sometimes things kind of calm down a little bit. Every company goes through that. Also, understanding that Rihanna has been working on other ventures with this three of Wands. She's been working on other ventures and working on other things. She's got the Fenty Savage X Fenty. She has the hair care line. She's been dividing her time into other ventures. So maybe energetically at its core, the Fenty Beauty aspect, the cosmetic aspect of the Fenty brand feels a little neglected or feels a little bit left out. Because it's not getting her main creative focus, at the moment, Overall, this Bernard Arnault man, has been watching the numbers and knowing how Fenty Beauty came out swinging out the gate. Understanding that, yes, Fenty brand does have a good reputation. It is in good standing with the public. But he does kind of wonder if that same buzz around Fenty Beauty can be generated again. The inclusivity buzz. The, oh my God, this cosmetic really is amazing type buzz. Will they be able to keep up that popular demand? That's something he was kind of concerned about. I feel like he's expressed this to Rihanna before, but I don't think Rihanna's really worried about that. I feel like she's like, look, the sales will come, the people will come, the numbers will come. We just got to keep being authentic to our brand. Sorry if I got quiet all of a sudden. I'm just trying to get the download. Rihanna is manifesting for some really big accomplishment to take place, like some really big accomplishment to take place to kind of shift the culture again as she's done before. She is manifesting that. However, is Jay-Z, oh God, I don't want to mention his name. Is Jay-Z, if Jay-Z is invested into this company, this could be one of the partners that she's that I'm seeing in my mind's eye. There are some investment partners over at the Fenty beauty part, of her brand that may not believe in the value of her brand as much. Not everyone invested in Fenty is like that, but there are some people that are investment partners of the Fenty beauty brand that do not really see as much value in it, long term at least. And so that may be kind of getting in the way of Rihanna being able to clear. I feel like, not that Rihanna wouldn't have done it regardless, but I think part of why Rihanna ventured out to go do lingerie and go do hair or skincare and all this stuff, do hair care and skincare and all this stuff, was kind of to get away from some of these toxic people. Yeah. To get away from some of these toxic people that are investment partners at the brand that just don't really contribute much, that don't really see the benefit or the purpose in what she does. I feel like she kind of went to those other ventures to get away from some of those negative, toxic energy investment partners, the ones that I am talking about. And I'm seeing in my mind's eye, it's two people in particular, or like or these two people represent two different companies that just overall don't have the best viewpoint, that don't have the best view or best perception of seeing the purpose in what Rihanna does in the cosmetic space. There's people that kind of like take it for granted and just see like, well, it's making money, but it's like, it's makeup. Who cares about makeup? Like, kind of like very nonchalant, very blah, not really as like invested in it, like maybe as Rihanna or Bernard Arnault and all this other stuff. Like maybe just, they don't really see. Fucking Jay-Z. Fucking great. I wasn't even trying to go here. Oh my gosh. King of Wands. Again, if you watch my Nikki reading, Jay-Z is a Sagittarius. This is him. Allegedly, if I got this right, y'all correct me in the comments down below. Respectfully. And y'all are pretty cool anyway. Y'all cool. But, Jay-Z is allegedly invested into Fenty Beauty or into the Fenty brand in some sort of capacity. Y'all let me know. Y'all fact check that for me. Allegedly. But it's giving some of Jay-Z's issues of financial desperation, despair, whatever financial troubles he's having, it's starting to bleed into the Fenty. I don't think it's come out publicly, but It's starting to bleed into the Fenty brand, or maybe there's some friction that Jay-Z has with LVMH. For some reason, it's starting to bleed. It's not affecting. It's not taking it. It's not taking the brand over, but some of that effect is starting to bleed into like the corporate side of Fenty Beauty. So that's kind of presenting its challenges. Yeah, that's giving some challenges. Even if the money's still coming in, it's giving some challenges to that. So I think I think the board of Fenty may consider how they can exclude him in the future, in future profit earnings, and exclude him from maybe having a say-so in this brand if he does. Because even karmically, it could affect Rihanna. Not that she's done anything, but it's just like it's adding negativity to an already popular brand, and it's kind of disrupting the flow of things. Ooh, child. Okay. But will the brand be okay? Will the brand be okay? Girl, Nicki is coming for Jay-Z. Sorry, side note. Will the brand be okay? The world card. They're gonna get, yes. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It actually will be. Yes. Yes. The Fenty Beauty brand is going through some hiccups, but I don't think it's like permanent destitution or no. It's not anything permanent. These hiccups that are there, they can happen in any business, especially when you run a successful business for the long term, as has Rihanna and LVMH have. These hiccups can happen. They may take a couple months or a few months to work out, but it's not detrimental. It's not breaking the brand. These are things that they'll solve, they'll get past it, and they'll be about their merrily way. And look forward to some new products. I see at least 2 major... She could be in the lab now, or maybe after, not now, but I think in 2026 she could get back in the lab and develop some new products. So look for at least 2 major launches of new products and or expansions of what she already has in the Fenty Beauty cosmetic catalog. And she'll come out with one more hair care product. You heard it here first if it happens. All right. So she'll be fine. I think Fenty will be fine. It isn't like some celebrity brands that shall remain nameless. So Fenty Beauty is going to be fine. There's hiccups, yes, but it's not breaking anything. They'll be fine. So, all right. Will Rihanna ever tour again? Will Rihanna ever tour again? We're not doing too bad on time for this to be the 3rd question. That's what's up. This is really good. Will Rihanna ever for the right price? For the right price, she will tour again. For the right price, yes. The full card can represent new beginnings or coming out into the open. The full card, at least for me in tarot, represents coming out into the public or, popping out in public, basically. So, yes, she is open to touring for the right price. And also, she has to be in the right mind space now because the last time she toured, I don't think she had kids. Now she has kids. She's got a lot to consider. She's got 3 little ones now to think about. And once again, for the right price. Yeah. The money situation has to be right. Where she's going, the scheduling of it all. She wants to add new music. She kind of wants to do an album, but then she kind of doesn't want to. It's kind of like Rihanna just does what she wants. She is just a free spirit. It's like she don't want to. She's committed in a relationship, but she's not married. She wants to come out with music, but she doesn't want the pressure of an album. Is one thing about touring for Rihanna is if she does tour, I'm hearing like it can't get in the way of my motherhood. Like my kids have a set schedule. I'm adaptable. They're adaptable. They're amazing. They travel all the time, but like I don't want it getting in the way of my motherhood. Even if the money is right, because she doesn't want to tour and have to cancel. Like she doesn't want to do that to her fans. That's not really how she is. And also, she kind of acknowledges there's some differences in the music industry the last time she was like really, mainly, primarily music focused. And she kind of acknowledges it. She acknowledges that. If she does tour, she wants to do it soon, actually. Actually, she does want to do a tour. Isn't she already, like, putting dates out? Is Rihanna touring? Let me go see. Okay, there's no tour confirmed right now. But she actually wants to tour as soon as possible. Like, she's actually open to it. But, you know, she wants to have all her ducks in a row. She wants to either ASAP Rocky can come out as a musical guest. He can play some of his music. Or I think what I'm seeing here is like, if Rihanna goes on tour, how will ASAP as a father be impacted? Like, how will that look for him? Because he's never parented on the road before. Neither of them have, but especially him. Because rock star lifestyle is a lot different than parenthood. But I think she's very much open to it. She is open to it. She kind of has some things to think about, but it is something she's open to. And Rihanna, I don't think, maybe you can bring them to some of the tour dates or some of your tour stops, but overall keep them kind of at home with extended family if you do have it. Well, I'm sure you do, but keep them at home with extended family. Either Rocky's family or yours. Don't take them out as much because, not that the kids won't be able to adapt, but I feel like she may have some added anxiety taking them everywhere. There's so much going on when you're on tour. Like, it's a whole ordeal within itself. So maybe take them to some tour stops and then leave them at home for the rest. But yeah, we know she'll sell out, and she is actually open to doing it. It's just a matter of family matters and her being in the right headspace. Okay, that makes sense. And definitely like how her and ASAP will feel about it, because now that they had their parents together, it's kind of like more that they have to consider traveling on the road. So there's that. Hold on. Pause for the cause while I gotta fix something. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so, alright, next up is, I'm gonna get into Chris's energy. We're 34 minutes in. Time to get into Chris Brown's energy. Alright, so I don't keep up with Chris Brown like that. I haven't since I was in high school. Like, maybe like a sophomore in high school. Which was more than 10 years ago. So let's get into it. So, I don't know. Y'all tell me who he dating. Last time I heard about his love life was he had another kid. So he has royalty, and then he has another kid. I think a little boy. Does he have 2 or 3 kids? I don't know. Who cares? I mean, not like that, but like, you know, blessings to the babies. We always love kids here, okay? Blessings to the kids, but I don't know how many kids he has. Anywho. Oh, he's just traveling the world. That was kind of quick. His energy's quicker to get into than Rihanna's. Rihanna's a little bit more guarded. He's just traveling the world. I think he's like content with. I mean, he's making the best of do with what he has, but and he's not misfortuned or anything, but I think part of him feels like he's kind of been robbed of some of the accolade that he really could have achieved in this industry. He does feel kind of robbed and sabotaged by this industry. Some of it's his own doing, and some of it isn't. But, excuse me, he does have a strong female base that will always keep supporting him. And one of the things about Chris Brown is that his reach kind of gets, his fandom gets younger and younger. Every artist can't say that. Some artists that were popular in one era, they don't always age. Their content doesn't always age the greatest. Chris Brown, one thing about Chris Brown is that his fandom, the people that are fans of Chris Brown, they do get younger. So, even if you liked them in 2005, there's people that are younger than that were probably born in 2005 that are growing up now that are a fan of his music in 2025. And probably go back into the older catalog and they're like, oh, he's always been talented. That's really cool. So that part is a really great blessing to have. So props to him for that. Regardless of my own personal disagreements with some of the stuff he's done, that is a really amazing achievement to have, to be blessed like that. That's really cool. All right, so Spirit, give me the energy around Chris Brown's current love life. Oh, okay. I didn't really shuffle anything. I wasn't really trying to do. That just came out on its own. These are all major arcana cards, by the way. The Fool card, the Hermit card. Both of these are symbolizing he is out in the public, just moving and going about. But the Hermit part is giving an energy of staying to himself. I don't know. I haven't heard about him being in a committed relationship. Like I said, I barely follow him unless it's like something I see on the blog. So y'all let me know if I'm missing something. But I feel like he's kind of staying to himself while being a celebrity. I think he kind of likes his own life when it's just him and trying to center God more. Balancing some things out about his personal life. Yeah. Balancing parts of his personal and professional life out. Being a father, being out on the road. I see him as just trying to work out different problems. Not necessarily problems, but just, figuring things out. Moving about life. Getting his money. Growing his business. Growing his team. I think he's just doing him. Just trying to mold himself into the best version of himself. Trying to stay away from drama or stay away from problematic tendencies or staying away from things that could trigger the problems he's already had and triggering things that he's already struggled with in the past that he's trying to get a better outlook on, or maybe get professional help even. He does have a temper, so that never went away. But I do feel like he's trying to take corrective measures, maybe behind the scenes. I feel like there's been like different types of therapy he's went to, but not all of them have worked. Well, that's very real life. Not all therapies are for everybody. People always say, go to therapy, but every form of therapy doesn't work for everybody, so. I think he's more so focusing on who he's surrounding himself with within his team. Yeah, like who he has around him in his team. Are there any moles in his camp? Are there people here to sabotage or wish him harm or wish him no good? A very introspective type. So I feel like he's probably cut some people off in his team. Didn't him and Tiana Taylor get into something? Or get into some issues? Being more discerning about the people he has around him, because I think he's faced in the past like where he'll have people around him, and then whenever it's the wrong people, whenever whenever his ancestors is like, yo, this person means you no good, it always ends up usually sometimes it ends up backfiring publicly on him, and he'll look like the bad guy. Not that he cares that much about that, it's just it'll always end up being some public catastrophe of the person that shouldn't have been around ending up making some public display of drama in his life, and it makes things unstable or unsteady for him. I feel like, I wasn't even going to ask this question, but it's coming up it was going to be one of the questions, but since it's coming up now, we'll read it all together. Let's go. People do try to make conflict, like, not people, but like the blogs and people on the internet may try to make conflict about Rihanna, this the past Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups can represent a water sign female. Rihanna is a water sign female. She's a Pisces. Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer are all the water signs. Water sign woman. And the conflict that they used to have in their relationship and the ups and downs and all this other stuff. The breaking ups, the taking him back and all this other stuff. They were a couple. They were each other's road dogs at one point. Obviously, we all know what happened, and it wasn't right. It doesn't matter if you're a fan of him or not. You can't condone what happened that night. It's still wrong. But they did take each other back for their own personal reasons, and it was still chaotic then. But I think people try to stir up and make drama as far as like, ooh, she's with ASAP Rocky now and she has kids now. But I think Chris has let that part of his life go. Yeah, he's let that part of his life go. He respects it for what it was at that time. But he took the good with the bad, and he accepts where things are. And he's actually really happy. He's actually happy for her. Like, it's no, seeing her with ASAP Rocky, it's like, it's no love lost. I wish the best for Rihanna, and I feel like she's gonna make a great mom. That's the type of vibes I'm getting from Chris Brown looking back at Rihanna as like, it's no malice. I don't feel no type of ways. Our love was in the past, and I think she'll make a great parent. So I think she'll make a great mom. He doesn't really feel no type of ill wishes or ill intent. I'm not getting that off of Chris Brown, so that's really cool. And it's because I know that was one of the questions. It wasn't. It was one of the questions. Yeah, it was one of the questions. Do Rihanna and or Chris ever think about each other? I literally heard Rihanna's voice say no. Because I was gonna ask about Rihanna, and I was gonna ask about Chris, but I totally forgot about Rihanna. Sorry, but Rihanna and spiritually, psychically tapping in the energetic. That TV must have went off. The energy field of Rihanna, the spirit guides of Rihanna was just saying like no, and so does Rihanna think about Chris Brown as well? No. Chris Brown has thought about, because I mean they're both public figures, they're both in the news, so I'm sure he sees, oh, Rihanna welcomed her child, welcomed her second child, and all this stuff, but he wishes her all the best. He has absolutely no issues, no malice. He accepts the relationship for what it was. It was a tumultuous one, but one with a lot of love. Although tumultuous, they still had a great time while they did have those good times together. So, no, Chris Brown is not spiteful or like, oh, I hate that she moved on. Maybe in his younger, immature years, he probably felt that way. He would have felt that way, but now it's not like that. He's in a great spot just being to himself and just kind of just figuring things out on his own. Parenting, fathering on his own. He's a dad, so it's just kind of like he's just going about life doing his own thing. All right. All right. Will Chris Brown end up in any legal drama in the future? Will Chris Brown end up in any legal drama in the future? Will Chris Brown end up in any legal drama in the future? I'm hearing no. Civil liabilities, maybe, if he's not careful, but like anything, like, will he end up in anything violent? Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Will he end up in anything violent or anything that could be cause of concern? No. I think at the most it could be maybe contract disputes, or this could be allegations of the past that may be unfounded. But I'm sorry. But I don't see anything. I mean, I heard it at the beginning of this reading, but when I pressed record, but I don't see him in anything. We'll see. Let's look. Those cards flew off the bed. Will he be in legal drama? No. No. I don't see any legal drama. Like I said, at best, contract disputes, but I feel like everyone's paid. I don't feel like it. I don't even think it's that. I feel like it's just like, because I feel like everyone around Chris is well paid. Because it's these two. Like when the pentacles end up right on top of each other like that, that can signify good financial standing. But in the context of me asking, it's about, will he end up having future legal troubles? I don't think so. No. No. Like I said, at the most it would be contract disputes, but speaking in terms of that, I'm getting the energy like Spirit is saying like everyone around Chris that works for Chris is well paid, well compensated. Their terms are laid out to them very clearly when they sign on to work for him. He has his own autonomy, so he knows like what he wants to do with things, he knows where he wants to go with things in his business life. He has good lawyers and advisors around him. Also, it's like you don't even hear about him having baby mama issues now. Like early on, sure, like with his daughter royalty, but it's like now and for years now you don't hear a peep. Like I was surprised he had another kid and we didn't even know, like, or maybe that was just me, I didn't even know. But it's like even the younger kids, like you don't hear anything about his baby moms being in the news being like, yo, this nigga ain't pay me, da, da, da. It don't even be like that with the newer baby moms. It's like everything is like really cool. And I think he's kind of learned his lesson from his younger years, because it's like he's kind of been burned in the past with people playing on his top in public and ending up in public beefs with people he used to be cool with. So it's just kind of like, yeah, we gonna get this shit laid out in a contract, because I ain't trying to hear it at all if people want to get funny in the public trying to play on my fucking top. Like, we're gonna get this shit laid out in a contract so everyone knows where everyone stands with my lawyers, and get your lawyers if you want to, if you got them. We gonna lay this shit out and we gonna make sure this shit is straight, because I'm not going through this no more if I can prevent it. I'd rather have a contract than a lawsuit, I think, is where Chris Brown is at this point in his life, and I do not blame him. Yeah, he's like, I will rather fix this ahead of time than end up fixing it in court, or settling out of court. I have no time for the bullshit, period. And with that, Chris Brown, I am so with you. You ain't told no lies there yet, okay? I am right with you. Fix it before it becomes a way bigger problem, or before there's any problems. I advise that for anybody. If you are in a certain business where you need like operating agreements or terms of agreement, please get one. That goes for anybody of y'all watching. Like, please. So please follow Chris Brown's lead and get y'all shit laid out in contracts that explicitly state what is expected. Okay, let the non-disclosures be ironclad, all that type of stuff. So yeah, I'm with that. Let me see if there's any other questions y'all had. I feel like I asked all the questions I really wanted to know. We got a lot of answers out of this too. Damn, I don't really got nothing to say. Well, shit. If y'all like this reading, y'all thumbs up. Comment down below if y'all want me to do like a part 2. Ask any question. Remember, y'all can suggest anything y'all want to. Just make sure y'all put the questions down below with y'all suggestions. And, I still work and I go to school, so I'll try and get to it as soon as I can. But yeah, I think that's it for this reading. I really enjoyed doing this. They both have really great energy. I think they're really in a great place in their lives, energetically, and where their life is right now. Both in different places in their lives, but really good, really great spots in their lives nonetheless. They both seem like they have peace, which I know that was kind of hard for them when they were younger, but I'm glad it seems like they have it, or they're starting to get it. So I support that. I love that for them. God bless Rihanna. God bless ASAP Rocky, they kids, and God bless Chris Brown and his kids. Just blessings to everybody. Blessings to you guys too. I'll see you when I see you. And y'all take care. I'm going to see you back. And shit, we going to chop it up again for another reading. All right. Peace.